Hello and welcome to Charter's Local Edition. I'm your host, Lori Farkas. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming today, visiting with lawmakers about issues that are important to you. And joining us now is Senator Tara Nethercott. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you're from Senate District 4 in Laramie County. This was a hard-fought battle for you. You campaigned hard, and you're a freshman senator, so this is the first time in the legislature. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It has been an incredible experience. So my fellow legislators have been extremely helpful in providing information, knowledge, and mentorship to help this learning process and this learning curve. Still currently learning all of the things that one needs to know, particularly about the budget, the rules of decorum for the Senate chamber and the floor and how that process works. But it's just been a really exciting time and a great experience so far.
It's such a neat opportunity and one that a lot of people, don't have in their lifetime. So very interesting, and thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you. It has been a real honor and a privilege. And running for office, it was a hard-fought campaign, but during that time, I had such an incredible opportunity to meet the people of Senate District 4 in Laramie County, and I was just so inspired to continue to serve because of that experience.
So what were some of the main issues out on the campaign trail that they brought up to you? What are they thinking about?
I was really pleased to learn that so many of my constituents and the people of Laramie County were aware of the big issues facing Wyoming, which of course is our budget deficit and those concerns. There was a lot of talk about education. There was a lot of concern about gun rights, but most of the public just really wanted to make sure that their elected officials are there for the right reasons, which is to serve them and to serve Wyoming.
And to listen.
And to listen.
Absolutely. I can't even imagine what your email box is like during the sessions. A lot of the legislators have said that they get tons of mail and phone calls.
It is an incredible experience to see how much of the state participates in this legislative process to reach out to their legislators. I always appreciate receiving that information. It is helpful. There are some certain issues that garner more response than others, and so that can be sometimes challenging to manage that inbox and to respond to the phone calls and the emails that we receive, but I do enjoy receiving them and value the feedback.
Yeah. So the committees that you've been assigned to, Judiciary, Senate Corporations, Elections, and Political Subdivisions, tell us a little bit about some of the issues going on in those committees.
Those are great committees to be on. I'm really pleased that I was assigned to those committees. As a practicing attorney in town, I feel that I could be of a real value to both of those committees because so much of what they do is law related in substance, and so I can provide a real substantive background to both of those. In Judiciary, we have been vetting a number of criminal law bills, some local limited liability company laws, and updating those. So recently before the Judiciary Committee, we've had 3 really big felony bills that come before us. One was a felony stalking bill, a felony eluding bill, which is eluding a police officer, and the other bill was for a felony sexual assault case. And so the committee didn't pass 2 of those bills, but they did pass the felony eluding bill. So those were exciting to be a part of that process and understand how we're making laws that can really affect people's lives in a very significant way.
And you've jumped on and co-sponsored actually a couple of those bills. Talk a little bit about some of those and why you decided that those were issues important to you.
I did. I sponsored a felony eluding bill. As mentioned, much of the law enforcement community and members of Laramie County had reached out to me, recognizing that there's kind of a gap in our criminal code in Wyoming, where it is not a felony to essentially run from the police and speed at excessive rates of speed, and potentially injure somebody severely, and that's not a felony. It's only a misdemeanor, and my constituents and the law enforcement community just felt like that was inappropriate and we needed a stronger law there, and I agreed that it was really important that we make sure that the message is clear that if you're going 120 miles an hour down an interstate the wrong way, that's a felony and we're going to take that seriously.
Absolutely. And some of the others that you've co-sponsored, Uniform Power of Attorney, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this also came through Judiciary Committee, and I have a wonderful co-sponsor on that, Senator Scott, and we have worked very hard on that particular bill with other members of the public. This bill really will create a significant service to all the people of the state who, as our population ages, there's a greater need to have the legal tools available and readily available that meet the needs. So in the event someone is sick or ill or unable to take care of their own affairs, that they don't necessarily have to go to other types of organizations to get complicated documents. And we have created a uniform document with clear guidelines and clear legal obligations to spell out what everyone's roles may be, to really help allow the public to help a family member when they're not able to help their own affairs.
Yeah, and when you're in that crisis situation, that's the last thing you're thinking of doing, and you don't have a lot of time.
That's true, and so this law will help provide clear guidance for practitioners, lawyers who are in the field, and then also the public. And in addition to that, not only the people who are a recipient of a power of attorney, but those entities such as banks and other businesses that may be receiving a power of attorney, what their obligations are when they receive one. So it really provides significant clarity regarding this very important issue to so many in our state.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been interesting to hear about your experience as a freshman senator, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right, absolutely. And you've been watching Charter's Local Edition. We've been visiting with Senator Tara Nethercott from Senate District 4, and we'll be back right after this.